As you're going through the journey and things are not working out, you tend to look at the next person and start to question and start to doubt the things that you have going on. It's even worse when you're parallel to someone, when you start off at the same time and you're wondering why their business is taking off and yours is not, or you're wondering why their career is moving forward and yours is at a standstill. Welcome back to It Starts Now, the happy hour of finance and business. My name is Stanley Lalane, aka Stan Lane. I am the founder of Lalane Consulting Group, where we teach personal development and leadership skills. Here's are the two lessons that I've learned recently that really have more of an impact on me than anything else. When you enter this, it doesn't matter what kind of venture that you go into, but when you go into any type of venture, one of the most, I think, challenging things is to remain focused on yourself and what you're doing in your process. And what I mean by that is this: as you're going through the journey and things are not working out, you tend to look at the next person and start to question and start to doubt the things that you have going on. It's even worse when you're parallel to someone, when you start off at the same time and you're wondering why their business is taking off and yours is not, or you're wondering why their career is moving forward and yours is at a standstill. In one sense, you want to cheer the person on. You want to be a well-wisher. You want to say, hey, congratulations. Or the next point, you start to have these insecurities and saying to yourself, wait, why is it not happening for me? Or why is it not happening at the pace that I would like for it to happen? And there could be numerous reasons why these things are not happening, but I don't think we should focus on that. I think we should focus on what areas that we need developing, what areas that we need to add additional skill set. We tend to look at somebody from the outside and you're thinking you're valuing, or you're thinking you're taking in all this ingredients that they have, but it may not work for you. This is your journey. This is your path. It boils down to your creativity, your knowledge, because there's certain things that you have to go through for you to completely understand. The differentiator is always what you know and what you can apply that the next person can't. The differentiator comes from learning more about yourself and learning more about your business, but you only can develop that through the process. You have to gain this knowledge through the journey, and that's the most interesting thing. I was at a point where I was waiting for other people to move, and everybody would tell me pace yourself, but everyone has their own pace. And meanwhile, I had to ask myself this question: why are they telling me to pace? Are they moving and they doing what they need to do? Like, meaning this, they doing their so why shouldn't you? They're completing what they need to do, right? When it involves your own personal business or your own personal space, you have to move at that pace. You have to dictate that. And that was the learning curve, or the lesson learned for me, is that I cannot waste too much time waiting on others. There has to be another option. You have to build that momentum. You have to gauge when can you speed and when can you pause. But ultimately, you have to move. You can't wait for others. So when you see an entrepreneur continuously moving at a certain pace, it's because they know that they have a finite time. That's one. But they also know that if I don't execute this right away, we can't level to the next stage, or we can't get to that next opportunity because we're still stagnated over here. And I can't watch others either. I got to focus on the things that's right in front of me. If I put in the work and focus on the process, the outcome will be the outcome. I can't dictate the outcome, but I can dictate, have control over what I do to create the outcome. If you're thinking on this notion that it has to be perfect, how would you make the necessary changes to apply into what you're trying to do? You can't be slowing down to perfect every single thing. Certain things have to go through the motion of testing it out. It has to have this iteration process or iteration period for you to figure out, okay, this is working, this is not working, okay. And that's where you create a better product. When they put out the iPhone 1, they already were in process of creating iPhone 2, but they had to see what other glitches or what other feedback they were receiving. And as soon as they got all the necessary feedbacks that were needed, they went and applied that into the iPhone 2. And then the same thing with 3, 4, and then etc. You have to put things out so the market can test it and give its own evaluation. Then it's a lot easier to have some sense of understanding of what you're trying to create. There's a few things that stimulate us, especially like for me. My creativity is stimulated by reoccurrence. Like if I'm constantly working on something and then I send it out for feedback, not up to my liking, then I turn around and I'm like, okay, I could improve this. But as I'm continuously working on something, the creativity starts to peak at its highest because I'm constantly fine-tuning, not only from the deficiencies, but I'm also noticing other things along the way. You start to innovate from there. And I think that is a crucial element to the process of not waiting for others. There's a saying that says, you pay for experience, then ultimately experience charges back. So you gotta pay in the beginning. And it's okay to lose money because you're still learning. That's the experience you're gaining. But at some point, you're gonna gain so much knowledge and so much experience that you can charge because you're valued at that much, or valued at that number, whatever that number is. So you have to bring what you've learned along the way. My two things that I've learned that really had an impact on me, like I said earlier, are I had to learn not to watch others' success. Yes, you congratulate, but you go and focus on your own success and develop the things that you need to develop and learn through their process. And secondly, don't wait for anybody. Move at your own pace. Everybody has this thing in their mind. And you being an entrepreneur, and this is your business, ultimately it'll fall back on you. My piece of advice, don't wait for anybody. Focus on what you need to do. Go out there, crush it, and document as much as you can, because that's what we're learning. We're in this process too. And the more that I experience certain things, the more I'm going to share, because it is an exciting journey. I don't know what stage you are into your entrepreneurship journey. I don't know what stage you are into your communication, building your team. Once you become practical and you start to internalize it as this is a learning process, and you start to internalize it as, okay, I gotta figure this out. It's like more of a game, and you're figuring out the clues, and you're looking to see what pieces fit in the puzzle. And you're thinking to yourself like, okay, I got it. This piece can go here, and that may complete this side of the puzzle. But you have a whole board left over to complete, and it becomes exciting. You get this sense of jubilee when you're saying like, okay, this can happen. This can really happen, but it's gonna take some time. In order for you to last, you have to be in this market, and you have to move at a certain pace and still put out great product. So those are my two advices. Once again, my name is Stan Lane, aka Stanley LaLane. I am the founder and CEO of LaLane Consulting Group, and it starts now.